How's it going, HotStreak users? I'm Sports by Dustin, and today I'm going to be going over the MLB HotStreak slate for Tuesday, August 30th. Before we get into the video, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do that right now. Give this video a like while you're at it because it really does help us out. We would appreciate it. And if you're not on the HotStreak Fantasy app, use the link in the description, download the app, then use the code in the bottom of your screen. You'll get $10 bonus plus 100% deposit match up to $1,000. I'm just saying, if you're watching these videos and you guys aren't already on the app, you might as well go ahead and sign up right now by using the code in the bottom of the screen. But let's go ahead, hop into today's video. Don't forget, we also have some League of Legends popping up today, later on tonight. Also, WNBA playoffs are on. Check those out. We got NFL season coming up soon as well, so can't wait for that. The live props for those games is going to be a blast with, predicting what's going to happen in the next drive, or even the MLB games right now, where you can predict if Aaron Judge is going to get a hit, strikeout, pop fly, ground ball, whatever you want to select. You can do those. But let's go ahead and hop in to my first play of the slate, which is going to be a strikeouts prop. Shane McClanahan over 6.5 strikeouts. I think this is a great spot for him. He's going up against Miami, who is #1 in striking out against left-handed pitching on the year, but also in the last 30 days, they've been striking out 31.4%, which is a very high number. I'm not sure I've seen too many times this year where a team has been striking out 30 plus percent in a 30-game stretch at all in general. But if you guys look here, Shane McClanahan has gone over this number in 19 of 24 starts. Unfortunately, he kind of got off to a little rough stretch here against Cleveland, Detroit, Baltimore, and didn't really do too much. But seems like he might be back with 8 and 9 strikeouts in his last 2 games. He could definitely get it done against this team who has allowed people to go over 6.5 a few times over the last 15 games here in this sample size. But also, it's Shane McClanahan. He's striking out batters at a 1.24 K per inning. So I like him to go over 6.5 strikeouts here. I think we're getting them at a really good number at 6.5. My next play is going to be another strikeouts prop. Lizardo under 5.5 strikeouts. Now, he's gone over this in 7 of 11 games, which is pretty good, right? 64%, I would say so. He's going against Tampa Bay, who is about middle of the pack against left-handed pitching. But this 5.5 number is not something that they're letting up too often. They're barely letting these left-handed pitchers get to their K-prop. They've only allowed 3 in the last 15 get to the K-prop, 5 in the last 30. And on top of that, they've only allowed, I believe, 3 people in the last 30 games to go over 5.5 Ks that are left-handed pitchers. I like him to go under here. He is a decent strikeout pitcher with 1.17 Ks per inning, but against a team that's not striking out all that much against lefties, and where they're setting the lines here, we're not allowing them to go over that number. So I'm going to take him under 5.5 Ks for Jesus Lizardo. And then my next play is actually going to be a hits prop. Now this is actually going to come in the Blue Jays-Cubs games. It's going to be Vladimir Guerrero to get over 0.5 hits. Now just make sure when you're selecting this one, you be careful because there is a game that got rescheduled for the Jays on the board as well. I think it's for 9-5. But make sure you guys are playing today's game that starts at 7:07 against the Cubs. So Vladimir Guerrero over 0.5 hits. He's gone over this number in 26 out of 30 games. He's going up against Marcus Stroman, who he is batting .283 against right-handed pitching. So I think he's in a good spot there against Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman's given up a 233 batting average against 225 batting average against right-handed batters. He has not faced him yet in his career, but what I like here is that he's gotten 5+ at bats in 5 of the last 6 games. If we get 5 at bats out of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I think he definitely gets us at least 1 hit. And if you didn't see there, he did have 1 game where he had 6+ at bats. That would be awesome. So if the offense gets going, he gets a couple more at bats. I definitely like him to go over, if not go over on his first at bat of the game. So just to recap, Shane McClanahan over 6.5 Ks, Jesus Lizardo under 5.5, and then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over 0.5 hits. And if we wanted to, we could change this to miss up to 1, and we could change our payout to our max payout would be 20, but we could miss one of these. So if we turn Jesus Lizardo to now, we would still win 646, which just kind of limits your risk. If you don't want to play this with risking all of what you're putting down, you could change it to that. Or if, let's just say Vlad loses 794, so you can just kind of play around with that and see what you would do. So you can even do miss up to 2, and it changes your payout. It just limits your risk if you wanted to play something like that. But for this one, I'm personally going to be playing can't miss. I like these three props a lot. But that's all for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys have fun playing on HotStreak today.